back home, get the win, and got some nice 2-out hits and better clutch hitting today as well.
Yeah, we did. The message was just do what you got to do to win. And it's not about playing perfect baseball. It's just you got to play just a little bit better than your opponent. And they did some good things. They put together some rallies. One of those games where you only get to see a guy for one inning. So if you don't make an adjustment quick, before you know it, the guy's jogging off the field. And they did a nice job rotating those arms and never really gave us a chance to get settled in on any one of them for the most part. But Jimmy Nugent gets some hits today, which is great. Get him going. Jax, SA's been close at times, but you see it. You see it in the batter's box on the bases. We get those two. We need those two guys going now, especially without Zion in the lineup, and take some pressure off of a young guy like Cade, and Tague is Tague, and we're good offensively. We just we haven't put it all together just yet.
You mentioned Jimmy. He's kind of been a slow start at the plate. How great was it to see him get some big hits, especially a clutch 2-out hit as well?
Yeah, that's what we saw. I mean, we saw that. You guys saw that in the fall, spring training. Guys like Jimmy, Jax, Linker, really good hitters, but maybe just pressing a little bit too early, just because putting on this uniform and I don't know, thinking you got to do more than you're capable of doing. And so that's just early season, growing pains, if you call it that. And but I was really pleased. I mean, the pitching staff, Peter just didn't have the fastball command today, and we got to get him going because this stuff is too good. And if he commands the pitches, we've seen what he can do. But Hartman, again, another couple good innings there. Schweitzer and Stark, man, those are key bridge guys. Stark's been really good. Schweitzer, you feel like you could throw out in any situation. And, Jack Brown, he hasn't been perfect, but, man, when he's on, he's on. And him getting us those innings, the double play ground ball, and then England closing out the ninth. There were a lot of good things on the mound today.
You mentioned a little bit talked about from the hitting standpoint, but even from the pitching standpoint, is it sometimes the message to guys when you feel like they're pressing or trying to do too much, just, hey man, we just want you to be you. That's good enough?
Yeah, it's part of my message in the outfield. We trust you guys. I mean, holy cow. It's not always going to go your way. I mean, we trust you. Let us coach you. Let us, as I tell the position players, let me get on you. Let me jump you. Let me challenge you and push you. But at the end of the day, you're in this uniform and you're in the lineup. And if we call you from the bullpen, we trust you. So we just want to see guys compete, trust their stuff. And if there's anything, the early growing pains, when you have failure, how do you respond after that? When you lose, how do you respond after that? But vice versa, when you're going well and when you win, how do you stay professional and not get too high? Because this game will humble you quickly. So we're not a perfect finished product by any means, but we're showing signs of some flashes, some depth in the bullpen. And obviously we got to have some depth position player-wise, because we're banged up. We got the flu bug going around, and we're limited. But, even Zach Davis turns a double play. That's his first outing, first inning of college baseball, and you just knew the ball was going to get hit to him. And, the message is prepare in your practices. We got to practice a little better, some of these younger guys, and maybe it'll translate to a little better baseball.
I was going to ask you about Zach Davis and his immediate, getting the ball there to turn the double play. Does that kind of, speak to the message that you've been trying to send to the team lately about being ready when your number's called?
We say it, the bus is going to pull up to your stop. I just really like George in that situation. I thought he was going to get a hit, and he hit a hard change up over to the second baseman, and knowing it was almost going to force me to, once I wanted George to hit, Zach's going to have to go in the game, and one-run game, and that's, again, we trust these guys. So I just want them to, as we say, it starts in practice, starts in your preparation, and then sometimes you just got to, it's part of growing up. You just got to go through some growing pains, and the more you're out there, the more comfortable you are, and that's why usually you see the sophomores get very comfortable out here, because they went through, what seems to usually be a tough freshman year or a learning freshman year. So we just got to keep running them out there, because we need them all. We had a lot of guys in the bullpen that we didn't go to, and Shannon and Murphy and Tate Davis is going to pitch. Like we keep saying, he's going to pitch. So, all right, he didn't pitch today. I imagine he's going to pitch this weekend then.
You mentioned a couple guys earlier too with Jack Brown and Aaron England, and maybe they didn't quite have the stuff they would have wanted to have on Sunday, but you run right back to them, in the next chance you get, and both were very good. And again, like, we trust you, you're our guy. Like, that's big confidence boosters, you would think, for those two kids.
You hope. We keep preaching it. They got to believe in themselves. But yeah, as coaches, we try to do our part to make sure they know that we believe in them. I mean, there's not a pitcher that has a 0 ERA, and there's not a hitter that hits 1,000. Like, failure is going to be part of this game, but we just want to see them compete. Want to see them trust their stuff. And if somebody's better than them, I tell them, as much as I don't like losing, I have no problem tipping my hat, when somebody's better than them. But you don't want it to be because of tentativeness, doubt, timid, not being aggressive in the strike zone. And again, that goes for the position players as well. So it's just learn and grow. We got to have a good practice tomorrow, and we get ready to play a really good opponent this weekend.
I was going to ask about that being on a Wednesday. It brings the weekend here a little bit quicker. Quick thought on the weekend series?
I kind of like it just so we can get out tomorrow and practice. We got great weather Friday, Saturday, a little cooler on Sunday, but still this time of the year, February, man, I'm not complaining at all. So we got to be obviously more consistent. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, man. We got to come out on Friday. One Friday we fell short. One Friday we came on the winning end. So Friday baseball sets the tone for the weekend, and look for Eberle to get us going. But man, let's play good defense. Let's be offensive. I'm writing down some base running notes today that some things we're messing up, and I always feel responsible, especially as the base running guy. Like, all right, read the outfield throw tomorrow in practice, and things that show up in the game. We still got a long way to go. We got to keep helping these guys.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay.
Appreciate it.